and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning whiz and coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile, pants are off but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee, talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show, let's go. Headlines spinning in the breeze, stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile, pants are off but stay a while. Morning whiz and coffee, talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy whiz, let's start the show, let's go. Serious is overrated, every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town but in a jest, morning whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks Larry. Shizzy broke Larry.
Good morning, everybody. Man, what a day it's gonna be. Let's see if we can avoid getting this channel completely shut down today. Oh, man. Good morning, Iron Rabbit. I hope you're doing well. Good morning, Sharon Kovac from Marblehead, Ohio. Have a great day. You have a wonderful day also, Sharon. Good morning, Yog. I'm just me. Good morning. I won't say anything about the puddle. Rabbit has been a member for 11 months. That is almost a year. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rabbit, for your support. This is glorious. I love it. Yes. No, you are absolutely welcome. Hey, how are you doing this morning from California? Beautiful day. I hope, one thing I did miss, and I was thinking about this yesterday morning. I was driving with my wife. We were picking up some items from, I think it was, Lowe's? Yeah, something like that. So, we were driving back and we came across this bridge and I went, this weather, everything about it, the temperature, the sky, everything just reminded me of being in Los Angeles in 1990, just on an early morning getting ready to go for a walk up in the mountains. It was nice. It was nice. Well, not the mountains, but the hills, I guess is what they call it. But there were days like that in California. Everyone says, oh, California's horrible, but there are beautiful days. That's why people live there. Good morning from Maryland. Good to see you, Nancy. What was it that I was going to say? There was Marblehead, Ohio. Have a great day. And it's just me. Well, I was going to say something about, well, I won't mention that. I can't rub your nose in it too hard. I think you've suffered enough. You've suffered enough. Sun's out for 5 minutes in Wales, patching around while listening. Oh, excellent, Lisa. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day and get out there and have a nice morning, a very nice morning, because today is going to be a little odd. Um, because the things I want to say, I can't say on the YouTubes without getting in trouble for at least 90 days. So it'll have to be beating around the bush, saying things that if they sound odd at first, you'll begin to understand after a little while, things that I can't say, because they want us to be they want us to be very quiet about these kinds of things. And so if it sounds weird and disjointed, you'll understand, because this, if I say anything about this will get me into trouble. So the Nobel Prize in Medicine honors an American duo for their discovery of microRNA. That would be mRNA for those that are not aware. And all I will say is it looks like these two men are hugging very closely. It's sort of strange. Why would they be so close? Well, because, this particular medicine that may or may not have been, tested in some place that's not America, and might have caused a big bunch of hoopla over being locked down and, things being jabbed in you. Because this right here is why I'm on probation, because of this crap right here. We're not allowed to speak of this in any way, shape, or form. So we're not gonna say anything about it. But I think that the picture serves to, a million words right there. It looks very how do you say, gay? Just saying. Yeah, that got me in trouble, because somebody had a disagreement with it. So they said it was. So I don't know anything about this. I'm not a medical expert, and yeah, you're not allowed to speak of that. Matter of fact, pretty soon they're going to tell us that we can't speak of this. We're not going to be allowed to say anything of this. So I'm being very, very cautious of what we say, because you see where this is coming. After the deluge, the lies, the misinformation, and the hoaxes about a certain hurricane cloud the recovery. That's a little rich coming from them, that they're calling all of this a lie and misinformation is what they're saying. So I cannot verify this, and I guess the best way to do this and put this up, because it's gonna get spicy, of course. Here we go. Here, does this explain YouTube censors? Okay, does this explain ahead of all of this that what I'm about to show you? I cannot confirm. All right, here we go.
Hero, LFA TV here. Look, I have some major urgent breaking news involving us, and involving really all of you who are either in North Carolina or in the surrounding affected areas, or even people who are donating. You probably saw my video the other day where I said that FEMA was confiscating certain donations and claiming jurisdiction over areas and confiscating supplies. Well, that turned out not only to be true, but now you're getting the reports from people saying that they're threatened to get arrested if they fly in, or if they do any drop zone stuff. They're threatening truck drivers with arrest if they try to go in and impede in any way. What they're doing is they're flipping the script, and they're calling rescue and relief impeding in government affairs, because the government doesn't have any money, and because the government has to go through all the red tape and isn't really saving anybody. It's making them look very bad that citizens are doing it. So that's why they need to,
And again, disclaimer, I cannot verify that any of this is true. This could be an absolute falsity. It could be a red flag. It could be absolute disinformation. I would suggest that you do the research on your own and find out and believe only what the news tells you is true. What's coming out of the White House. That's what you have to remember is what comes out of the White House has to be absolutely true. I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't believe me of what is coming out of the White House to be true, I'll let you hear it. I'll let you hear it yourselves, and you tell me if you don't believe what's coming out of the White House to be true. Here it comes.
The White House is trying to tell us that no, this is two different pools of money. We didn't use FEMA money for the illegals, but Karine Jean-Pierre actually told us what they were doing back in 2022. Watch this. It's absolutely outrageous. Listen. FEMA regional administrators have been meeting with city officials on site to coordinate available federal support from FEMA and other federal agencies. Funding is also available through FEMA's emergency food and shelter program to eligible local governments and non-for-profit organizations upon request to support humanitarian relief for migrants. We'll continue to do what we can as a federal government to support these cities as we rebuild our asylum processing system after it was gutted by the Trump administration.
Just so you guys understand what I said is absolutely only listen to what the White House says. Why can't we organize a get together and all of us go there? Because that would impede, that would put a load on the system that would be hard to handle. You have to understand, if there's only one way to get in and one way to get out, that really puts a hamper on everything. So I have unfollowed local news dude posting the official Team of FEMA word. He isn't watching the real people. Well, but see, they're saying those real people are completely wrong. Those people are completely wrong. And we'll just read. We'll read what the AP has to say, because they are the authority on this. They know more than us. It's Washington, AP, Washington, not North Carolina, not Tennessee. The facts emerging from Hurricane Helene's destruction are heartrending. Businesses and homes destroyed, whole communities nearly wiped out. Hundreds of lives lost, hundreds of people missing. Yet this devastation and despair is not enough for the extremist groups, disinformation agents, and hucksters, politicians who are exploiting the disaster to spread false claims and conspiracy theories about it and the government's response. According to Donald Trump, the federal government is intentionally withholding aid to Republican disaster victims. Far-right extremist groups warn on social media that the officials plan to bulldoze affected communities and seize the land from residents. Now, I haven't heard any of those. See, the thing is, I haven't heard any of those, but I've heard that the response has been pretty abysmal. Don't know which one is true, but I can guarantee I don't know anything about far-right extremist groups. I honestly don't. And if I'm trying to think, they've not named one single far-right extremist group in this. They just said far-right extremist groups. So that makes me very suspicious right there, because I don't see who these far-right extremist groups are. Name them. I mean, name them, shame them. That way we can be on the lookout for those people that are saying things that are wrong and spreading misinformation. That's what I would like to see, because and I will explain the reason why they don't do this. The reason why they won't name these people is because they are so far out there that nobody's even listening to them except for the AP. Those are the reporters. Those are the ones that they want to talk about, because if they mention them by name, everyone's going to go, who in the hell are these people? Nobody agrees with them. Wait, could it be that far right extremist group that might have had how many FBI agents was it that went after Whitmer? People were found innocent of anything, any wrongdoing. Maybe it was that far right extremist group. You know, they have 3 letters. Warn on social media that officials plan to bulldoze affected communities. I have not heard this. Everything else that I've heard has been that they're not able to get things in or help to the people where it needs to be, that they're not allowing airdrops anymore. A tale straight from science fiction asserts that Washington used weather control technology. Now, I have heard somebody that said that, and whenever I heard that, I'm like, okay, that's too wacko for me. Too wacko for me. Because I know who said that. That would have been Alex Jones that has been saying that. And that's just wacko to me. I'm like, okay, you can say what you want to. That's just a little too far out there. That's just, of course, Alex Jones, did say something about turning the frogs gay. And, well, he wasn't lying. Sort of. I mean, sort of. But all I'm saying is, okay, if anybody believes that the government has the ability to change the weather, okay, like on that global of a scale and direct winds and the tides and all that neat kind of stuff, then I'm sorry. That's too extreme for me. We're very minuscule on this land. You can't claim that climate change isn't real and then turn around and say that they're controlling the weather. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. It doesn't work. It doesn't quite work that way. To steer Helene towards Republican voters in order to tilt the presidential election. Now, if he's saying that, now I know he's wacko. Because I don't buy that for a second. The claims, according to experts and officials dealing with disaster response, say less about the reality of the widespread damage from Helene than they do about America's fractured politics and the fear and distrust shadowing an election year marked by two assassination attempts that we know of, and how many that we don't know of. Good morning, Kimberly Lay. Ray, how you doing? Oh, that's Rhea. That's Rhea. Nice, Kimberly Rhea. Good to see you. Going after your chickens now. That speaks volumes on the scale of things that are far from the greater good. Exactly. I need to go check the last election stats for that area. See how the last vote went for that area of the states. I have short-term memory being old. Of course, those stats could have been changed. No, from what I understand is it is primarily red in that area. And also, I think Asheville was more of a blue city. Like the area might have been red, but the actual city itself, you would see, was pretty blue. That's not uncommon in some larger cities. You'll understand. You've been around for long enough. So we know that there is fear and distrust in an election year marked by 2 attempts for an assassination, global tensions that are on a peak, economy is completely shot into the tanks, inflation is on a rise. No matter what, they can't spin their way out of that. But this is one way of turning the focus elsewhere. Whenever they're telling only certain people in these affected areas that they're allowed $750, for gas and food and lodging, all that kind of stuff. Immediate relief. Where are you supposed to buy it from if there's no store? Where is the actual help coming from? They've already said they're out of money. FEMA has already said this. FEMA says they're out of money throughout the rest of the hurricane season. And we've got another hurricane that's about to hit Florida. Or the Gulf, or not, or it could be that this was the government controlling the weather. I don't buy that for a damn second. And I'll say that I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing it. But what I do see is a lot of other things that are coming up that they don't want to talk about. A lot of things they don't want to talk about. Now, Is it true? Is it false? Is it Memorex? Is it somebody that might just be talking about well, let's see what he has to say, huh?
What's happening? We're at the airport again. Well, we're at the airport today. Yesterday, they ran like 30 something planes, a bunch of trips up to Western North Carolina, Asheville, you know, that whole area, wherever they can land and drop off supplies. And FEMA has flown in like 10 or more helicopters and blocked a runway here at Greenville downtown, completely took over, or almost took over the operation, just because they're doing some good here. FEMA's going to come here and try to stop it. And they took over one of the hangars over here too. We'll show you as much as we can. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, here's the helicopters that are blocking one of the runways here at Greenville downtown. All flown in by FEMA helicopter pilots. And they're just sitting there doing nothing. And you have Greenville Aviation over here taking in all kind of supplies, everything that people want to drop off. There's a huge operation going on over here. Yesterday we ran about 30 something planes, or they did, I didn't fly anything, but just putting stuff in planes, taking it up to Asheville and other areas, and they came in and halted. FEMA came in and halted all that operation. And there they are, just sitting over there doing nothing. When there's thousands of pounds of supplies over there that could be taken, they're just sitting there doing nothing and blocking the runway with however many helicopters.
Is that true? I mean, I have no way of verifying that that's true. I mean, from what I can tell is, you know, this might be an absolute false flag. That's what we're told. False flags, right? I mean, nothing to see here, right? Nothing to see here at all. Is it possible? Possible that all these people are...
There's nothing here.
We're 8 days, 9 days post-hurricane, and that was the first FEMA drop I've seen here in the Swannanoa area. I haven't seen a FEMA agent yet. This is all local volunteers from abroad, as far as Washington State, are coming out here to help and pick up the slack that's been left behind from our government.
You know, and President Trump, he's not even in office, but yet he's still getting a Starlink. He's doing his best. He's shaking all the trees. If we're talking about federal assistance, I didn't see my first FEMA truck until, what is today, Saturday? I didn't see my first FEMA truck until Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. And all I saw was a FEMA truck with a satellite on it, parked in a corner underneath some shade trees in the parking lot with no signage, no information. I don't know why they're there.
The word from the people that we talk to, and they say, when we say, who else has been here, can we help, maybe we can work together, they're like, we're the first ones, or the only other people that have helped us is another private, you know, citizens that are just basically our neighbors or our friends trying to help us. They hadn't seen anyone from the federal government yet.
When our vice president talks on the TV about $750 for FEMA, yeah, that's not good. The only information that I've gotten about FEMA actions on the ground has been an attempt to sort of stop some...
Good morning from Germany. Good to see you. And Catherine Boysen, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Yeah, this is angering, but I can't, like I said, I can't confirm any of this. This is all what other people are talking about. I don't hear, do you hear any of these people talking about weather systems or the government controlling it? All that I've heard so far is them saying that FEMA has been slow rolling to get there. That's all I'm hearing. The federal emergency something or other maintenance assholes or feed every, I don't know, that I've just not seen the, you would think that FEMA would be there on the ground. Wait, though they were. That was one of Kamala's influencers there.
Of the volunteer efforts, especially, you know, there's a medical support trailer that's here by volunteers. They have doctors and registered nurses. They're all licensed doctors and registered nurses. they were told they couldn't do what they were doing because it was not being federally controlled or something along those lines.
I've seen one helo come in, and I was told that was FEMA, and that was it.
Today was the first FEMA delivery that I've seen or I've heard of in the entire region.
Yeah. But we're told this. We're told this by the APs, so we're showing the other side of the story here. Debunking conspiracy theories takes time away from recovery efforts. No. So wait. I'm curious. Is it me debunking it? I'm with you, just me. As a survivor of 3 major floods, now always carry emergency cash. Right. As rescue work continues, authorities try to separate fact from fiction. The conspiracy theories are not helping. How? How is that stopping anything? Elected leaders from both parties have had to set the record straight and urge people not to give in to fear and rumor. Right? If everyone could maybe please put aside the hate for a bit and pitch in to help, that would be great. A retired professional wrestler known as Kane, who is now a Republican mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Jacobs' post was, you remember Glenn Jacobs? Yes, he's in Knoxville. He's a mayor. Jacobs' post was intended to rebut rumors that workers from the FEMA were seizing relief supplies from private citizens. Many of the conspiracy theories focus on hard-hit North Carolina, a state key to winning the White House. No, how is North Carolina the key to winning the White House? Only, I don't know. That could be, where's the National Guard? The National Guard has not been called in to do anything. From what I can see, National Guard usually within 24 hours would be there. But hey, I don't control the National Guard of that particular state. Rumors circulated that FEMA was raiding storm donations and withholding body bags. See, I have not heard this. See, this is the thing. Every time they throw one of these things up here, did anybody hear any of those people talking about FEMA raiding storm donations, withholding body bags? Did anybody hear that information? I didn't hear that information. Rumors circulated that FEMA was raiding storm donations and withholding body bags, forcing local hospitals to stack the bodies of victims. Did anybody hear that? No, I didn't hear that either. One claim suggested federal authorities would condemn the entire town of Chimney Rock and prohibit resettlement in order to commandeer a valuable lithium mine. Wait a second. Now, did anybody hear this? No, that's not what we heard. But here we go. False claims of blocked relief flights and aid withheld from Republicans. Now, has anybody heard anything about specifically Republicans? A single person that I just showed, did they say left, right? No. They had no opinion on left, right. They didn't say Democrat. They didn't say Republican. They didn't say German. They didn't say French. They didn't say Spanish. They didn't say anything about illegals. They didn't say anything about anybody. All they said was FEMA is blocking traffic coming in and out. Elon Musk, the owner of SpaceX and Tesla and X, posted that private relief flights to North Carolina were being blocked by the FAA. No, that's not what he said. That right there would be a lie. What he said was FEMA is blocking these. A claim dismissed as false by the transportation. Okay. Oh my, oh my, oh my. How many times do we have to show these kinds of things? So, what exactly did butt gigs say? Well, here you go. His own words.
Our goal is to make sure that funding is no obstacle to very quickly getting people the relief that they need and deserve. There's also some safety issues that come up. For example, temporary flight restrictions to make sure that the airspace is clear for any flights or drone activity that might be involved in helping to allow those emergency responders to do their job. Our goal is to make sure that funding is no obstacle.
So what was that he just said? Huh? What was that? Was I wrong? Was he wrong? Glenn Beck has been talking about Chimney Rock issue. No clue if it's validated. Yeah, I heard about it. Chimney Rock having lithium and quartz mines that BlackRock's investing in. Campbell Toe's husband is involved with it. See, I can't confirm any of this. All of this would be something that I can't confirm. Now, do I have ideas of what might be going on? Do I have ideas of what might be going on? Oh, I've got a lot of thoughts about what might be going on. But if we talk about these particular things on the interwebs, well, what exactly happens? What happens whenever we talk about these things? Well, we get shot down. We get completely eliminated from not being able to talk about these things and just bringing them up. I mean, here, it gives you a perfect example what happens when a presidential candidate loses their teleprompter. You want to see what happens whenever they lose their teleprompter? Yeah, watch.
Remember his number? 32. Today we got 32 days until the election.
Lost teleprompter.
So 32 days. 32 days. Okay, we got some business to do. All right. 32 days. And we know we will do it. And this is going to be a very tight race until the very end. This is going to be a very tight race until the very end. We are the underdog, and we know we have some hard work ahead.
Yeah. You see what happens when they can't think on their feet? Hey, King Paco, how you doing? Yeah, she's a clown. Yeah, we're supposed to have faith in what she's saying to be true. So, you want to see the comparison? You want to see the comparison between the two election officials, the ones that one said, "I'm not doing any more debates with you because you're an idiot." There you go.
Say it. I'm not thinking about voters right now. I'm thinking about lives. And to be honest, it's much bigger than anything else. But we're thinking about lives. A lot of lives lost, a lot of people missing.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750.
Thank you, sir. Honored to meet you, sir. Mr. Trump, what do you make about Biden not showing up? You showing up before he did.
Come on, Trump! Thank you so much for coming.
With you being here on the ground and here, what has been your takeaway from how they've handled this disaster?
Well, there is a complete and utter lack of federal government response.
Well, what they're doing is they're only giving $750 per household. And that is if your income qualifies and if you don't have homeowners.
And did you all see Magic Johnson?
Yeah. National Enquirer has inquiring minds. BS. Exactly. It's all BS. SIL said yesterday she's going to win. Yeah. Yes. Good morning, Shirley Marilyn. How you doing? Can't stay with you this morning. Fixing to head for bed. Get some rest. Get some rest. What? No, I have not followed a whole lot of update with it. If there's something I need to update with, I will. But I don't have a whole lot of time in my day to do things like that. But if there's something that I'm able to check out, I'll definitely look into it. But I honestly, I did a stream last night. We did a beautiful story time where we read some more of TJ's book, which she's got the flu right now. She needs to get feeling better. And let's see, Saturday I read what Shizzy's response would be if he had actually had a law degree, which he doesn't, thank God, because that would have been really bad. But other than that, I haven't seen what's going on with Hales. So I don't know. I honestly have nothing because I haven't seen it. So hopefully I can check it out at some point in time. But today is going to be a very interesting one. I don't know if we're going to have the derailed stream tonight. If we don't have it tonight, I got something else that I've been working on that's going to, sort of bring us up to speed. But we will definitely look into it if there's the ability to today. But thank you for the update, though. Thank you for the update. And Shirley, definitely rest well. Rest well. So let's get back to this news right here. False claims of blocked relief flights. Let's see. Conspiracy theories. Oh, there it is. Alex Jones endorsed Trump's fact-free allegation. Jones, the founder of InfoWars, popularized the idea of Sandy Hook. Okay. Now we're getting into a problem where he's already come, and I'm not reading what they said. Victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School, he's already apologized for that. He's already said that was incorrect, that was wrong, that he doesn't agree with it, that he was duped and he was fooled. Which also goes to his truthfulness. Could he be duped and fooled again? Could he be lying about it again? Absolutely. That's why confirm. And this is what Jones is posting. Do you believe everything that Jones posts? No, I believe very little of what he posts. He wants people taking like these things that I don't agree with. Disinformation campaigns by China and Russia. Okay, did any of those people in North Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, did any of those people look like Russian agents? Well, how would you know? State-run media disinformation campaigns run by China and Russia have amplified false and leading claims about response to the storm. Both countries have used social media and state news stories to criticize responses to past U.S. natural disasters. Okay. Like which ones? You saying made signs by the expert didn't make any signs. I don't know what you're talking about. The expert? The expert does not make signs. Trust me. The man can barely press buttons. So I don't know what you're talking about. It makes no sense. What expert are you talking about? The expert? The expert doesn't make signs. State and local officials from both parties have condemned the conspiracy theories as rumors, saying the focus should be on recovery, not political division and hearsay. Hey, you're at the end. Aw, you're at the end. It's okay. It's a T-roll. Oh, a troll. Oh, okay. Handwriting expert. Yeah, I know the Hales had a handwriting expert. Why are you talking about this? What's the handwriting expert's name? Here, how about that? Why don't we start with this? Handwriting expert. Okay, you want to go into this and derail a morning stream. So tell me, what was the name of the handwriting expert's name? Because I can do a really quick search on handwriting experts. Uh-huh. Expert wouldn't make signs for, yeah. Who even listens to the toothless ones? No, I want to get into it, because if there's something here, there's some expert. Why don't you throw the name up there? Why don't we talk about names here, and then we'll get back on topic, and we'll see how fast your handwriting expert passes the sniff test. Oh, that's not going to happen, right? Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's look up Kurt Baguette. Okay, cool. So what we'll do for you, Susan, so since you're so intense on talking about this Kurt Baguette, let me do a quick search for Kurt Baguette. Let's see what we can find. Really, it's amazing to me that people never ever learn. People never ever learn. Let's see a little bit of Kurt Baguette. Let's see what we've got. Let's see. We'll find here. Let's see right there. Let's see. Put that one in there. Let's see. Kurt Baguette. Kurt Baguette. What do we have here? Handwriting expert out of Texas. Oh, wait, what's this? Here, I'll just download this. Take a look. See what we got. Let's see. Oh, Kurt Baguette. Here, let's see. This, right here, we'll stop that screen. We'll present this one really quick. Look what I just downloaded right just now. See, it's not hard to find these things really quick. Let's see. Oh, let's see. In course of sentence hearing, defendant Mary Revels, defendant. So this was back in, let's see, 2010, possibly 2010. So this would have been 2010. Federal rules of evidence do not apply, although the court has assumed the subject matter of the witness's testimony would be contested. The court had not anticipated the witness's qualification as an expert would be an issue, or his ability to testify. After giving careful consideration of the parties' arguments as well as relevant United States sentencing guidelines and case law, the court will exercise its discretion to exclude the testimony of Mr. Baguette on the grounds that he is not qualified to test as an opinion witness in the areas of the document examination and handwriting analysis. The court will also deny defendant's motion for the court to consider the opinion testimony of an additional document examiner, grant in part and deny in part, although the court will continue sentencing the defendant to obtain new document. Will accommodate the schedule of Dr. Rafols, another defense witness. It's a different defense witness. Witness in this case. Defense sentencing hearing will reconvene on Friday, May 18th, along with co-defendants, defendants indicted for involvement. Well, let's see what they have to say about, at the hearing, defendant attempted to tender Mr. Curtis Leo Baguette as an opinion witness in the areas document examination, handwriting analysis. Although it was not specified, the court anticipated that the witness would be offered as an expert in the substantiality of examination of electronic signatures or digital signatures created by computer technology. Electronic or digital signatures are commonly used to retail establishments, and the challenged signatures of the defendant were written in this form when purchases of the I can't pronounce that. The government's request, the court gave parties opportunity to cook voir dire of Mr. Baguette's qualification. During voir dire, Mr. Baguette was questioned by both parties about his education, training, and experience. The government also questioned Mr. Baguette about his criminal history and other matters that went to his credibility. At the end of the second day of questioning, the government formally objected to Mr. Baguette as an opinion witness on the grounds that he was not properly qualified and lacked sufficient credibility. We're talking about the same guy, right? The court anticipated there were questions raised concerning Mr. Baguette's qualification. So they started looking into it a little bit more. The court found the question raised unpersuasive, and the court would credit Mr. Baguette's testimony. Mr. Baguette's deficiency were so great, however, that the court was not comfortable with this approach. So they adjourned for a little bit. Then they dug into a little bit more. They filed some briefs. They opposed the government's request for the additional document examiner, opposed in part because of this. Now the parties have fully briefed the case in court. The court will also address defendant's motion for continuance. Mr. Baggett will be allowed to testify, whether he would be allowed to testify. Let's see, when in important sentencing, let's see, in the instance matter, defendant is tendered as an opinion witness in support of ejection to the drug quantity. The government also moves to exclude testimony, blah, 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 by the rules. Let's see what else we got. No, this is a long document. I mean, I could go into this even further. There is something I pulled up that has a little bit more. Expert handwriting is a field of expertise under the federal rules of evidence. This decision does not guarantee the reliability or admissibility of this type of testimony in a particular case because this is a non-scientific expert testimony. Its reliability largely depends on the facts of each case. Okay. Let's see, among other things, the handwriting expert was employed by the U.S. Postal Inspection Forensic Laboratories of Forensic Document Analysis, completed a 2-year course of residence with U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Laboratory as part of his training, received additional training at numerous facilities, performed more than blah, 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 over 200 in various courts. So this is part of his stuff, properly admitted, blah, 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 qualifications. The court's primary concern is whether Mr. Baggett is sufficiently qualified to testify because, well, let's see, his curriculum, Mr. Baggett received a BA at McNeese State University, located at Lake Charles, Louisiana, performed some postgraduate work. Let's see, military school. He participated in a 2-year apprenticeship with Mr. Ray Walker, a handwriting expert and document examiner. He also taught and for a period of time served as dean of the School of Forensic Document Examination at Handwriting University, which is run by his son. Mr. Baggett claims he has participated in several training sessions and conferences, the majority of which were conducted through Handwriting University. Mr. Baggett further testified that he's a member of the American College of Forensic Examiners, a National Question Document Association, and the World Federation, blah, blah, blah. Claims he's been qualified as an expert and has testified in 50 cases between 05 and 12, most recently expert in a 12 case before the United States District Court, Northern Texas. His credentials are noteworthy, and they certainly impressed defendant enough to retain him as an opinion witness. Yet in this field, due diligence necessitates probing beneath the surface, and in Mr. Baggett's case, even a small amount of probing would have unearthed a rather different picture. During voir dire, the government whittled away Mr. Baggett's qualifications. Beginning with his training and experience, Mr. Baggett admitted that his undergraduate and graduate studies were of no particular relevance to his training as document examiner. The court is willing to accept defendant's proffer, the statement made by the American Board, which is the ABFDE, that like most forensic disciplines, on-the-job specialized training from experienced examiners is the only way to acquire experience. Yet even taking this into account, Mr. Baggett's on-the-job training for 2 years under Mr. Walker is questionable, given concerns that were raised about Walker's qualifications and credibility, because his son ran the college that he was supposedly teaching at. And then there was one in Daubert occurring after Mr. Baggett was trained under Walker. The Fifth Circuit affirmed the district court's decision not to qualify Walker as a handwriting expert was the position to assess Walker's credibility, to evaluate the conflicting evidence on Walker's qualifications from his questionable training experience. So do I need to continue on? Because neither Mr. Baggett nor Ray Walker is an ABFDE member, which would be the handwriting experts, of like the world. So okay. Do I need to continue on, or should we get back to the freaking news? So, I mean, we can go through this if you want to. Whoever this Mr. Baggett is, because I don't know anything about this, so this must be something new and interesting. Because, it was enough for you to interrupt my morning stream, but hey, So this handwriting expert that's so wonderful and great that's debunked everything about something handwriting signs or something, I don't know, because I don't pay that much attention. JBZ, huh? I mean, really? Dude, I mean, we can talk about this at another time. I thought so. I thought we were going to go back to the news. Jeez, people, I swear. I mean, and that was that you saw real time how long it took me to find information on Mr. Baggett. Okay. I mean, this is what I do. You realize, you know, I can find all kinds of stuff that debunk crap. Do I get it wrong? Absolutely. I get it wrong all the damn time. But, you know, well, if you want to interrupt a stream, we can do that pretty damn quickly. Crazy. So much fun. Speaking of misinformation and hoaxes, state-run ad media, state and local officials from both parties has condemned the conspiracy theories as rumors, saying the focus should be on recovery, not political division and hearsay. Responding to the hoaxes is taking up time that should go towards assisting victims. And said North Carolina State Senator Kevin Corbin, a Republican who used his constituents not to give in to hoaxes. Friends, can I ask a small favor? Corbin posted Thursday on Facebook. Will you all help stop this conspiracy theory junk that is floating all over Facebook and the internet? Facebook? Whoever reads Facebook? I don't know. Oh, God, please don't research me. No, I don't have any reason to research anybody. Here's the thing. It is and this is why whenever you come over here to watch the news, because I like to pull up things that are showing both sides, and sometimes I get it wrong. Oh, what happened? You're fine. You haven't been huffing paint thinner for breakfast. I might have been. Oh, speaking of paint thinner, I need to go get some more coffee. We're going to take a slight coffee break. Stick around for less than 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I just need to get some more coffee before it goes cold. I don't like cold coffee. I'll be right back. Less than 2 minutes. See you.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Whoa, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is a, that is too dirty to say here, Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Otters in the surf, hummingbirds in the sky. Rambo honks the horn and spits in Shizzy's eye.
Oh my, I told you I'd be back in less than 2 minutes. Damn, that was pretty awesome. I'm pretty quick with these kinds of things. Yes, you have to understand that what I do for a living is I have to find deceased people, okay? if you've ever read a title report and have to figure out who has clear title or the rights to redeem, that kind of thing, you sort of have to do a lot of like research really quickly. So that's why I'm able to find these kinds of things. Oh, I didn't hear about the parts about the otters. Oh, well, I might have a little bit more for you later. Sorry to disappoint your family. Frank. Sold our details to whoever. The recipients know more about it than we do myself. All right, here we go. Trump has tied his let's see, thousands of members of the national. Okay, let's see. North Carolina officials say the response to Helene is the largest in state history, including thousands of members of the National Guard and other recovery workers, millions of meals, dozens of aircraft, and more than 1,000 chainsaws. Well, a chainsaw is only going to do so much if you don't have the manpower to back them. Good morning, y'all. Catching up after a weather watching. Yeah, we got more storms coming. Yeah, well, you understood, so it must not have been nice. Damn it, got me again. Trump has tried to tie the hurricane's aftermath to immigration. Yeah. Okay. He falsely claimed that FEMA had run out of money because all had gone to programs for illegals. Wait, that was Maracas that said that. He said that they had no more money. It was in your own damn paper, AP. The agency's funding for disaster aid is stretched, but that is because of the many parts of the country dealing with the effects of hurricanes, wildfires, and other calamities. No, that is not true. They said that they were using this funding for illegals. Even the White House said that's what they were using the money for. This is not a false claim. This is not a false flag. I pulled it up. What, Friday? Thursday, Friday, I don't know. Time is a social construct. The agency is, and that is because of the many parts of the country dealing with the effects of hurricanes. Far out tales of space lasers, fake snow, and weather. See, now this is where they really like to spread their misinformation. Okay, because everybody already knows. And as much as you want to talk about this, Taylor Greene endorsed the idea of posting West Sound as, yes, they can control the weather. It's ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it can't be done. Well, no, they can't. Far out of tales of space lasers, fake snow, and weather technology, control technology, sometimes tinged with anti-Semitism. You realize that was a bullshit joke, right? Like, maybe it wasn't. Hell, I don't know. All I know is whenever the wildfire that burned up a good part of Maui had nothing to do with lasers, okay? They found what the cause of the fire was. It was because a power line went down or one of those transformers burst into flames and then basically caught the area on fire. And because of heavy winds, it didn't get put out in time. And it destroyed a good portion of Maui. It just happened to be that none of it was in Oprah's area. And then she raised a bunch of money to help her rebuild. It's weird. But hey, they might have got a new Pontiac. Melted cars, yeah. Oh yeah, that stuff was hot. I mean, if you've ever seen how hot a fire can get, woo, buddy, I will tell you, it'll melt steel. Amazing how that works. Oh my gosh, experts who study the conspiracy theories say that big events like disasters or the September 11th or the coup created perfect conditions for conspiracy theories to spread because a large number of anxious people are eager to find explanations for shocking events. Yes, but this allows them to ask for more of our grandchildren's money from Congress. Yes, it does. Yeah. Most of the wildfires are because of mismanagement. In California, that is very true. A lot of that is done by mismanagement. That's also because a lot of it being government land, they don't want people to tear into removing a lot of the underbrush that could stop a lot of the wildfires. So it's sort of a cyclical kind of thing, which what happens is you get the underbrush, the tumbleweeds, crap like that, fallen branches, leaves, a lot of the lightweight stuff. And then all it takes is a little spark, a little flame, a little drop of water sitting on a piece of dew just the right way, kicks off a fire, or some idiot doesn't, put out his match after, he lights a cigar or whatever it might be. It could be any number of things. Fire starts, underbrush burns, clears out the land, and then whenever all the big fires happen, you end up with nothing to be able to stop the water, which in California, you end up with a lot of rainy season and monsoon season a little bit after that. And then so you end up with a bunch of mudslides and crap like that. And then on top of that, you add the earthquakes, and it's like, why would anybody want to live here? Just if you've never been to California and seen some of the most beautiful parts of it, that's why people live there. It is very beautiful. You know, if you're not in the cities, you're going to see some of the most beautiful sunrises, sunsets. The landscape is beautiful, the trees, and there's also really beautiful people there. And I don't mean like good looking beautiful. I mean like beautiful hearts, beautiful souls there. So, you know, as much as I like to, you know, talk about California and how horrible and raunchy it is, there are really, really nice parts of California. So just, you know, be nice, be nice. Great tinder for a fire. Yeah, exactly. Koof knew what time the pub shut down over here. Transformers. No. Different Transformers. You know, they spontaneously combusted. Yeah, we actually right in front of our house, we had a transformer explode because we have one that connects to our house. Yeah, it burst. The oil in the thing gets really hot and it shoots flames everywhere. It's pretty damn awesome to watch. If you've never seen one of those things blow, woo, buddy, it's a spectacle. Let me see if I think I can pull one up for you guys so you can see what a transformer looks like whenever it blows. Let's see. Exploding. Go. I'll pull that one up here. Let's see. Yeah, you want to see what one looks like whenever it pops. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. Is this one? Yeah. There we go. So this is what a transformer looks like whenever it explodes. Here, check it out.
Damn.
Yeah. So imagine that on a really nasty windy day. That's what you end up with. That's what a transformer looks like whenever it pops. It's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Oh, it sounds cool too. Morning, Heidi. Good to see you. Yeah, blowing when we had a bad ice storm in Tennessee. Yeah, that is very true. It happens. To aim the hurricane, the Republican voters quickly raced up in the millions of views. Bizarre stories. See, I don't read the bizarre stories. Well, maybe I do. Respond to the volume of false claims about Helene. The Red Cross urged people to consult trustworthy sources of information. Think twice before reposting conspiracy theories. As I said, I can't confirm any of these videos that people are showing to be true. You would have to decide for yourself. But see, here is the beauty of being able to decide for yourself. You're allowed to see it and decide for yourself whether it's true or false. Most times, it sounds too good to be true, and you can completely ignore it. But to take away people's ability of free thought is not the job of our government, the AP, any news organization, any church, any religious group, any government. It is not their job to take away our free choice to decide what we intake, what we consume, what is in our minds, what is in our brains, what's in our hearts, what's in our soul. Because in doing so, you've taken away all ability of free men and women to be free. You have automatically become part of the disinformation, the misinformation, and I wish that the AP would learn this. Sharing rumors online without first vetting the source and verifying facts ultimately hurts people. How? It doesn't hurt people at all. Nope. Because taking away free thought hurts people more than anything. Taking away free thought or free ideas or what I believe to be true, what concerns me, is not what I want my country to do for me, or any news organization or any story is not going to change my mind. But Ukraine strikes a Russian oil hub as Zelensky says the war is in a very important phase. So the little short dude that keeps coming around begging for money says that the war has entered a key phase. Both sides are facing the issue of how to sustain their costly war of attrition, a conflict that started with their full-scale invasion. No, it actually, they were leaving, but okay. Ukraine's general staff said on social media that the oil, why would you say on social media? Why not like take and handle this diplomatically? But no. The oil terminal in Fedosia on the southern coast of Russian-occupied Crimea has supplied the Russian army with fuel, and the strike was part of an ongoing effort to undermine the military and economic potential of the Russian Federation. The Russian installed authorities in the city of Fedosia on the coast of the Black Sea reported a fire at the terminal on Monday morning, but did not say what might have caused it. Okay. Ukraine has increasingly targeted rear areas that are essential for Russia's onslaught. But as I read down through all of this, it's like missile debris fell in districts in Kyiv, causing minor damage to civilian infrastructure and starting fire. Nobody was hurt. 3 missiles fragments fell on a kindergarten, he said without elaborating. Russians' military defense says shot down almost 2 dozen. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. That doesn't tell me anything. What is it that I saw something here? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I was like, why is this one coming in? Because this makes no sense why they'd be talking about this. Now I understand. Now I got it right here. It says there was a bomber that was shot down. Photos showed charred remains of an aircraft. Now it doesn't say that. It just says it shows charred remains of an aircraft. That's it. Okay. Also partially occupied Donetsk province. Russia's defense ministry claimed Saturday they'd taken control of the village. It confirmed the capture would come 3 days after Ukraine forces said they were withdrawing from the front line, although unlikely to change course of war, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and here it is. This is what I saw that I found so interesting. Zelensky will present his victory plans to allies. Do you know what this means? That means that he's going to come asking for more money. Yeah, we will present a victory plan, clear concrete steps towards a just end to the war, determination of our partners and strengthening of the Ukraine that we can stop the Russian aggression. But they haven't been able to. That's weird. Like on their own, they haven't been able to do this. This has been, listening to Hillary whine about shutting down free speech so blatantly is frightening. Oh, there's more to come. Oh, trust me, there's more to come. Ukraine can stop Russian aggression. Russian shells out southern Ukraine. Ukraine drone hits a bus. Okay. So if it seems to me that whenever they say this, and then they have them saying that 2 people died in Russian shelling in Ukraine. Ukraine's Air Force said the Russians launched 3 missiles and 13 attack drones. Says missiles were intercepted. 3 drones were shot down over. Okay, so it said 13. It had 13 drones and they only shot down 3. 10 others were lost. It sounds to me like Russia's doing much better than Ukraine is. Good morning, Mr. Shizzy. Good to see you, Uncle Frank. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to this crazy place that we have. I mean, it's really odd to me that they're saying, "Oh, we're going to win this," but yet Russia keeps striking them with drones and Sayha drones and 4 different missiles. So I'm very confused. Was he one of the 3 in the last story, or was it 56 to 87? I'm confused. They keep saying that they're winning this, but yet every news story that comes out, they're getting their asses handed to them. I don't know. See, this is why misinformation never works. If you tell the truth, then it becomes very. Then you're able to suss the things out that are true or not. One thing I know that is true though is former owner water buffalo that roamed Iowa suburb for days pleads guilty. Look at that pretty water buffalo. Des Moines, Iowa, the owner of a water buffalo that ran loose in a Des Moines, Iowa suburb for days pleaded guilty for having an animal at large. The owner was fined $105 in court costs Thursday, gave us lots of memes and humor. And he said the owner was taking the animal to slaughter when it escaped in August. Police spent days searching for it as it roamed Pleasant Hill, a town of 11,000 residents. Fans named the animal Phil after the city. Or Pleasant Hill, get it, Phil? Ha! Police at one point shot Phil trying to capture the animal, but it escaped and continued to roam for... Why would they shoot Phil? Don't shoot Phil. For several days before being tranquilized with the help from zoo and animal rescue workers. The former owner gave custody to Phil and 2 other water buffaloes, now named Sal and Jane, to an animal shelter. The water buffalo was treated at a large animal hospital for an infected gunshot wound. Bastards. Iowa Farm Sanctuary, and Phil is recovering well. Go Phil. Go Phil. Water buffaloes can weigh up to 2,650 pounds or 1,200 kilograms, according to the website for National Geographic. Though Iowa animal appears to be smaller in the photos, often domesticated, the water buffalo is the largest member of the bovine tribe, which includes yak, bison, American buffalo, various species of wild cattle, and others, the website said. Oh, go Phil. Get on it, Phil. Gonna do a little slap down. Oh, go Phil. Go Phil. Oh boy. Let's pull this thing up and see what we've got here. Let's see what it is. That. I already did that one. All right. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to see if I could get past the YouTube censors. Now I can't show this, but I can show sort of the outcome of it here. Let's see. So this is what we have right here. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger served at a home in the latest lawsuit that alleges thousands of invalid registrations on state voter rolls. On September 26, Georgia citizens filed in federal court against Brad, Secretary of State of Georgia. The plaintiffs argue that according to data from Georgia state voter rolls and U.S. Postal Service, there are many individuals who have moved out of state but remain registered to vote in Georgia. And this violates the NVRA. Their suit demands that Raffensperger follow the NVRA and Georgia law to maintain accurate and timely registrations in Georgia voter rolls. The lawsuit seeks to enforce laws that protect Georgians' right to vote from dilution. The plaintiffs in the suit are William Quinn and David Cross from Georgia. I don't know these people. Georgia's current voter rolls contain thousands of invalid registrations because the voters in question are either permanently moved out of state and are no longer citizens of Georgia, or permanently moved to a different county in Georgia from the county in which they are presently registered. So it's not that they don't live in Georgia anymore. It just means they might live in another county and they haven't transferred those voter rolls over. Now, it wouldn't matter because they wouldn't be able to vote in anywhere but that county. So I don't know what their problem is with this, but I will continue to read on because I don't know how it is in other states, but here in Georgia, even if you move to another county, you can only vote in the county where you're registered. It's not like you can vote in, for example, Cobb County, and because you live in Fulton County now, you just haven't switched over your voter registration that you can vote in Fulton also. That's not how it works in Georgia, because once you've been checked off, you're they won't let you vote a second time. You can only vote once. So yeah, and they can get this stuff straightened out. A lot of times it's just because you have to be there for a certain amount of time for it to all kick in. Yeah. They ain't allowed coffee. They go up the curtains. Yeah. Have you tried ground news? No, I don't like to be on the ground. I spent too many years underneath cars to be on the ground. Ground news. No, I don't know who ground news is. Early in 2024, Common Sense election team used an official Georgia data demonstrated thousands of anomalous addresses of which mail-in ballot could be sent but not likely received by a real voter, which is true. The team also found 30,000 Georgia voters with multiple voter ID numbers, the voting equivalent of having government deliberately issue multiple security numbers. Yeah, see, I don't know anything about that. I've got no opinion on that. I don't know if that's true or not. Georgia also found by Common Sense elections to have some of the worst, most inaccurate voter rolls in the country. This lawsuit does not seek to cancel or remove any registration from Georgia voter rolls. Okay. Instead, it asked the court to order that the Secretary of State, Roethlisberger, direct the county election offices to conduct activities to determine whether these are apparently invalid registrations and correct the invalid registrations. That's basically all it looks like it's doing. If they are unable to confirm that the registrations in question include accurate and current addresses, the suit simply asks that these registrations be changed to inactive status. Now, that is possible. You gave your Cocoa coffee and gave Chewbacca Yoda coffee, and he got the Zoomies. Oof. 94 in chat and 51 thumbs up. Oh, well, some people are just, yeah, you also have to remember some people are just hate watching right now, but it's okay. They'll catch up eventually. These steps will partially protect former Georgia residents from having their identities stolen and used to vote illegally in their names. Members of the Common Sense elections team both funded this lawsuit from donations they received via the website and provided the deep data analysis to support this lawsuit. Okay. Comparing voter rolls with government databases such as official U.S. Postal Service address databases is key to demonstrating how bad the Georgia voter rolls really are. This week, the Common Sense elections team brought in current copies of the Georgia voter rolls to deeply analyze the expectation of providing even more examples of where mail-in ballot is likely to go and not find a proper receipt. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing this, I guess, but I mean, I think there's a better way to combat this. You know, if you're worried about these voter rolls being incorrect, the thing to do would to be going out and speaking with people and campaigning for the person that you want to win. If you want Camel Toe, or you want Puddle Town, or you want Trump, then go out and campaign for him. You know, that's a simple way of doing it. Go out, boots on the ground, get out there, campaign, and you know, convince people to join into whatever group that it is that you want them to join into. Don't force them. I mean, that would be improper and illegal, but that is the best way of doing it. Saying their donations were confiscated. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, that's not election stuff, that right there is, but that it does happen. Yeah. Yep. And of course, I love watching the polls because the polls are always so much fun. No one's likely to be happy with the projected higher deficits laid out in the new analysis of Camel Toe and Trump's economic plans. The analysis released Monday by the Nonpartisan Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Oh my God, I have to do this again. Let's see. Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Let's do a Google search for them really quick. And let's find out about this group. Because I can, and as much as I hate saying this, I can almost guarantee I will look into this and I will find out that they are going to be a DEI group. About Us. Let's see. Oh, let's see. What is it? Student debt cancellation. All right. About Us. Let's see. How much you want to bet? It is going to be DEI right here pretty soon. Let me find out. Job opportunities, staff members, board members, job opportunities. Where is it? Okay. Let's see. Legislative director. Let's see. Oh, how to apply. Do you think I should apply for a job with these people? Do you think they would keep me there? Events. It usually takes a little bit of time, but you can find out about this group here pretty quick. And let's see. Let's see. We will pull this up for you guys. See, now you'll understand why I do these kinds of research things right here. It looks like budget projections, healthcare, Social Security, other spending, taxes, budget process, economics, recurring reports, tax gap, salt deduction resources, student debt cancellation, U.S. budget with 2024, COVID money tracker, trust fund solutions, health saver initiative, fix the debt, other projects. Okay. So U.S. Budget Watch 2020, fiscal fact check, holds policymakers and candidates during their 2016 campaign. So they've been pretty inactive since 2016. U.S. Budget Watch 2024. Okay. This isn't telling me anything about this. How old will you be? Is it worth it? Build your own COVID. What is it? Is it worth it? How old will you be? Social Security reformer. Insolvency countdown. Budgeting for the future. Press. Let's see what their press is. Press releases, tax cut. Oh, okay. Tells you where all they're writing. Looks like they're writing in different magazines here. They've got their thing in here. Media contact, interview our policy experts. Oh, well, what about your policy experts? Press, interactives. Let's see. About us, staff members. Maya McGinnises is president of the bipartisan, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Mark. Social Security reformer, Mike, Simone, Emily, Kate. So these are the people that work there. And sometimes you'll find in here, there's going to be somewhere director of development, director of research, legislative strategy, legislative, Sean, president, deputy, chief of staff, policy director, the primary SSDI solutions initiative. It'll be in here. They will have one. They always do. A little DEI expert. There's always going to be one in here. But whenever you start looking at what they're talking about, this is the kind of company that they are. They're pretty well versed in doing these kinds of things. Database manager, public director, deputy of staff, legislative liaison, whatever. Committee at the committee, legislative. These are all legislative. So this is not, this right here is not a good group. FEMA only offered you $200. I don't qualify for $750. You have a year to pay them the money back, or they take your land. Now I think, and I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure, Frank, that that's completely different. And now MG Law brought this up right here, because he's worked with FEMA and like the loans, the SBI loans, I think is what they are, where the interest rate is really, really low. So I just don't know. I don't know all the truth on that. Now he knows a lot more about that kind of stuff than I do. So like I said, I am not involved in any of that kind of stuff. I can't confirm that. That may be also one person. There are people giving their time and money out of the kindness of their hearts and are getting all stressed about the devastation. Can't imagine whether it can be controlled. Exactly. I'm with you on that, Lenny. I think that a lot of people are getting very stressed quite a bit. So that's why I don't want to give too much to it, but I think that people are concerned that the things are not getting there as they should. That seems to me the biggest concern that people are posting about and talking about, the drastic weather changes and all this kind of crap. Like I said, I have a hard time buying into a group of people that they say are climate climate deniers. That's the thing. Climate change deniers, but then turn around and say that the government is controlling the climate. I'm just saying, I have a hard time. It's competing truth. So I have a hard time with that. Good day, sir. Tom Gillis. Make sure you guys check out Tom Gillis. He is actually a golf pro. If you don't believe me, Tom Gillis will teach you, make your swing better. Depends on how well you can swing. Not swinging like that. No, I mean, well, you might be able to do that. I haven't asked. I don't want to know. I don't want to know Tom's swinging preferences. Just saying. But, you know, if you want to find out about golf, Tom Gillis is the person you want to talk to. Love you, Tom. Oh, that's even though the vice president's campaign and sister proposed investment in the middle class and housing would be fully offset by higher taxes. Oh, there you go. That's all you need to know. They're going to raise taxes. Now, Trump's ideas could heap another $7 trillion, but those are only some analysis by one group of people. Yes, right there. There's Tom Gillis's. Go check out his channel. If you haven't subbed up, he's trying to hit 10,000 subs. Tom Gillis is trying to hit 10,000 subs. It has been his goal to hit 10,000 subs for years now. But YouTube keeps dragging him down. They've got. Have you ever seen the what is it? I think it's Lord of the Rings, where you got the big troll that's running. You know, he's heading up towards the gates, and he wants to smash through the gates. And everybody's like throwing rocks and stones and shooting him with arrows, and he's getting hammered. That's Tom Gillis right there, except he's got that big thing of explosive on his back, and he's going to dive in there. He's going to blast that whole wall apart. Yeah, that's Tom Gillis. Oh, it's awesome. I love it. Except he's smaller. He's smaller, and he doesn't take arrows very well. Just saying. You hit him with arrows, he's probably going to be down for the count. Yes, love it. So this 34-page report was released by the Fiscal Watchdog Group, puts a spotlight on the issue of government borrowing. We already know what's happening with the government borrowing. They're taking money from the middle class. They're giving it to the no class. And then they're blaming the rich class. It's class warfare. Must hate everybody. Everybody must go down. That's all it is. That's all it is. These groups of people really want to bring down the amount of money that we have. But here you go. This is for you spider lovers. They scurry to Colorado town. Geez, whenever I read these, I realize they're written by AI. Spider lovers scurry to Colorado town in search of mating tarantulas and community. La Junta, I want to say that's La Junta, but I'm not sure. Love is in the air, because it would be Jal, so June. I don't know. My Spanish is horrible. Love is on the air in the Colorado plains, the kind that makes your heart beat a little faster, quickens your steps, and makes the hair on the back of your legs and neck stand up. It's tarantula mating season, when the male spiders scurry out of their burrows in search of a mate. The hundreds of arachnophiles flock to the small farming town of La Junta to watch them emerge in droves. Scientists, spider enthusiasts, and Colorado families piled into buses to run over these spiders just before dusk last week as tarantulas begin to roam the dry, rolling plains. Some use flashlights and headlights to spot the arachnids once the sun set, because let's disturb their mating procedures by shining a light on them screwing. Wonderful, wonderful idea. Some use flashlights, car headlights to spot them once the sun set. Back in town, festival goers flaunt their tarantula-like traits on a hairy leg contest. A woman claimed the title this year. Wonderful. I bet she's wonderful to be with on a date. Hey, could you wrap your hairy legs around my back? That no man ever said. Well, I don't know. I paraded around vintage cars with the giant spiders on the hoods. The 1990 cult classic Arachnophobia, which follows a small town similarly overrun with spiders, screened downtown in the historic Fox Theater. Why is it always the Fox Theater that's downtown? For the residents, tarantulas aren't a nightmarish creatures often depicted on the silver screen. They're an important part of the local ecosystem and draw for people around the U.S. who might have otherwise never visited this tight-knit little town in southeastern Colorado. Word spread quickly among neighbors about all the people they had met from out of town during the third year of the Tarantula Festival. Word. Among them was Nathan Villarreal, a tarantula breeder. Why is he breeding with tarantulas? Sick, sick man. You do not want to be putting your ween on that. He heard about the mating season. He knew it was a spectacle. Oh, this is the guy that likes the woman with hairy legs. He needed a witness. He sells tarantulas as pets to people around the U.S. and said he has been fascinated since childhood. Colorado brown tarantulas are most common in the Uinta area, and they form their burrows in these largely undisturbed prairies of the Comanche Natural Grassland. In September and October, the mature males wander in search of a female's burrow. I bet they do. They want to get deep in that burrow, which she typically marks with a silk webbing. These are my cute little flowery place. Come join me. Peak viewing time is an hour before dusk when the heat of the day dies down. We saw at least a dozen tarantulas on the road, and we ran over them. We went forward and back and forward and back because all the males were just roaming through there. Male tarantulas take around 7 years to reach their reproductive readiness. Well, damn. I mean, that's a long time for arachnid. Folks have a festival for anything, I guess, these days. I prefer banana pudding one here just last weekend. There you go. I like the banana pudding one also. The spider thing. Ooh, no. It's a little too much. They typically live about a year after reaching sexual maturity. That sucks. It's like, let me get out. I got to get me some tail before I die. Yo, puppy Chewbacca, buddy makes my puppy for now. You're making my skin crawl. The males grow to be about 5 inches long and develop a pair of appendages on their heads they use to drum the outside of the female's burrow. I can just imagine him sitting out there, just sticks his head down and goes, come out, woman, come out and see me. She's like, no, man, you're all creepy. You're a spider and shit. I don't want to come out and see you. Oh, and then they used to drum the outside of the female's burrow. I mean, a lot of women would like to have, a guy that like grows things on his head and goes into the burrow. She will crawl to the surface if she is willing, and the male will hook its legs onto her fangs. The coupling is quick as the male tries to get away before he is eaten by the female. Oh, wow. That would really suck. Like, in a bad way. It's like, I got to get away from her. The 7-year-old man left. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You're welcome, Uncle Frank. You're welcome. Their coupling is quick as the males try to get away before he's eaten by the female. Man, I'm sorry. Who tends to be slightly larger and needs extra nutrients to sustain her pregnancy, because she's going to release a lot of those creepy little bastards. Well, like many who attend the festival, Shillington is passionate about teaching people not to fear the tarantulas and other spiders. Tarantulas found in North America tend to be docile creatures, she explained. Their venom is not considered dangerous to humans, but can cause pain and irritation. I don't know. That's enough for me not to want to be bitten by a tarantula. Just saying. Not something I look forward to. Now, I've had tarantulas crawl. Whenever I was in National Guard we would be doing drills. And so I was in New Mexico, and I was standing right inside the shop, and a guy comes over and grabs a jar and scoops a tarantula. I mean, he was, I don't know, his body was probably about that big, probably was at about 3 inches in diameter. So yeah, 2 inches, that's about 2.5 inches in diameter. That's about 2.25, something like that. Big body and its legs. Now it was crawling up the side of my pants leg. I never even felt it. Never even felt it. He was just sort of creeping up along the side of my pant leg. And so he grabbed this tarantula, and he was named Dead, because that's what he was, or cooked, one of the two. He was dead and cooked very quickly. No, he was pretty chill. I was like, damn, that thing was crawling up my pants leg. Never even know. I wouldn't, like I said, I would not want to be. I would not want to be bit by a spider at all. And it's not the spiders that bother me. I don't like the feeling of like the web getting on my face. Like I don't care about the spider. It's just like, I don't like the web because it's annoying. You can never find it. It's like having a hair get like wrapped in, like whenever I had long hair, like it would be all in my face, and I'd always pull it back, and something like that. Anyhow, like many attend the festival, he's passionate about teaching people. When you encounter him, they're more afraid of you. Tarantulas only bite out of fear. This is the only way they have to protect themselves. And if you don't put them in a situation where they feel like they have to bite, then there's no reason to fear them. Many children who have attended the festivals with their families learn that spiders are not as scary as they might seem. Rosalind, 13, said she could wait to go searching for spiders come sunset. Okay. For a graduate student, Goran Shikak, wow, whose arm was crawling with spider tattoos, the yearly festival represents an opportunity to celebrate tarantulas and others who share this fascination. They're beautiful creatures, said Schlock, an arachnology student at the University of Denver, Colorado. And getting to watch them do what they do is a joy and experience that's worth watching in the wild. So special. Yes, Elon had to have a conversation with someone in the Starlink could be allowed. Yeah. Well, and you have to understand that Elon is the one that got that set up in the first place. He offered those out to people. He said, no, I didn't say Rosalind Duke. Yeah, I know how you'd be with a spider. You'd just be like, get it away. Get it away. You don't want to have anything to do with a tarantula. No tarantulas for you. No tarantulas for you at all. Let's see what time we got. Oh, cool. We're still doing good. I do have to keep an eye on time here, because I do have this thing called work that has to happen. You built a giant spider? I know you built a giant spider. That's why I was giving you a hard time. See? She doesn't have any problem with the spiders. Not at all. Not at all. But we did figure out a little bit about FEMA. We did find out some information about FEMA. This is a special kind of group right here. There you go. So this is FEMA.
New York City VOAD, Voluntary Organizations Active in Disaster, has a diversity, equity, and inclusion and anti-discrimination pledge that is required for the VOAD members. I suggest that everyone contact New York City VOAD, get a copy of it, and consider how to incorporate that in your jurisdiction. And then as it relates to the spaces where we do the work, look at how you talk about the people behind their backs. Done.
Yep. There you go. There's FEMA. There's FEMA. Oh, but in the tubes with Buck. Oh yeah. Oh, back on that, coffee in hand, dogs front porch sitting. Well, I'm going to go grab some coffee. So you guys give it just a little bit. We'll be right back. But In the meantime, give it less than 2 minutes, and Sir Frank Otter, I will allow you to hear the part of the Otters as it comes up, as I'll be back before then. But we'll give you the whole song. I'll be interacting with Chad a little bit, but I've got to get some more coffee.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun, he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun, he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is that is too dirty to say here, Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun, he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Otters in the surf, hummingbirds in the sky. Rambo honks the horn and spits in Shizzy's eye. Oh my! Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun, he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the wave. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand, Otter, it probably wasn't nice. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the waves. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand, Otter, it probably wasn't nice. Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun, he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having a effing blast. So here's to Rambo, otters and hummingbirds by the edge of the ocean. And Shizzy, well, he might just be there too. Well, here's to Rambo, otters and hummingbirds by the edge of the ocean. And Shizzy, well, he might just be there too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're sorry to hear that, Uncle Frank. That really is, that sucks bad. Really. I'm not impressed with it in the slightest, I will say. That their response has been a big slow roll. And I know of somebody that's in the medical profession that was absolutely ready to be there, and then they were turned down from going. Don't know why, don't know the deal that happened in that, but something like that happens, makes me a little worried about it. What might be going on. But hey, you know, here's your possible next vice president. Guess what he has to say.
Out against it long before President Trump indicated he didn't like it either. Listen, before we go, because I wish that we had a full hour, I want to give you a chance, because you called yourself a knucklehead this week, to talk about some of your misstatements. Yeah. You've modified your story or explained that you misspoke about things involving your military rank, about carrying a weapon in war, your 1995 DUI arrest, using IVF to have your beautiful children, Gus and Hope, being in Hong Kong and China in the summer of 1989 during the Tiananmen events. A lot of people would say they couldn't get away with saying, I'm just too passionate, my grammar's not right, I'm a knucklehead. What do you say to the American people who think, I don't know that I can trust this guy with all those modifications to be the...
Yeah, I would say, you know, this, it's sort of the reliability of a witness, you know, or even an expert, which somebody brought up earlier, a reliability of an expert. Whenever they lie about something or they make themselves appear using false valor, you know, he claims to have been a coach. Yeah, well, he was a coach, assistant coach. He wasn't the actual coach. This really, just Max thinks, and Joe gave it to Mr. Tim, of course, for sure. No horses were mentioned in the making of this interview. That's true. Yes. Yes. How you doing, Mr. Maximura? How you doing, brother? Glad to see you're back.
potential commander-in-chief of this country.
Yeah, well, I think they heard me. They heard me the other night speaking passionately about gun violence and misspeaking. And I got to be honest with you, Shannon, I don't think people care whether I used IUI or IVF when we talk.
No, they really don't care. He's correct. They really don't care. What they care about is that you lied about what you did. They actually will say, you know, they will commend you on your military service because you did serve in the military. And the National Guard was at 26 years. You know, nobody's condemning you for that. It's what you lied about after you left the military. It's the lies that you told, the false valor that you took, saying that you were command sergeant major. Also about you carrying a weapon in war. People care about the lies that you said, not that you know you were in the military, that you know had to have whatever infertilization. You had infertilization issues. People honestly don't care about that. It's that you lied about it. That's what people are concerned with.
Talk about this. What they understand is Donald Trump would resist those things. Look,
What? But that hasn't. Why are you talking about Trump? They're talking about you. See, and your lies.
Speak passionately. I had an entire career, decades before I was in public office. They know, and I'm very proud of my 24 years in service and my record.
Okay, 24 years. So he was in the service for 24 years. And then he got out and he lied about his service. They don't care about made up facts. They care that you made them up as facts. Exactly. That's beautiful. Thank you, Keister.
I have never disparaged someone else in this, but I know that's not what Donald Trump does. They disparage everyone. The personal attacks. I will own up when I misspeak. I will own up when I make a mistake. Let's be very clear.
Yeah, he's very, very proud, but lied. Yeah, lied about what the service was that he actually performed. Lied about the service that he performed. And, you know, he's not the only one. He's not the only one. I mean, that his DD 214, yeah, would show his true rank. Well, and that's the thing. The DD form 214 will show everything about him. And I mean, that's pretty easy to find that kind of stuff out. I mean, and it's already been proven what kind of person he is. I mean, like my DD 214 will show that I got a general discharge. It'll show whenever I left, it'll show what my rank was. But if you wanted to look into my information much further than that, you could see what my score was for my shooting score or whatever. It would show all of that. It would show that my MOS was a 63 Bravo. And it would show that my general discharge but it won't tell you why I had a general discharge outside of getting an honorable discharge, which I just never updated the 214. So that would be on me. So like I honestly have not seen my DD form 214 in probably 20 years, easily. I mean, it got lost along with I think half of my military pictures. Yeah, if you saw me in the military, you go, holy cow! I looked like a baby. I looked very young. You would see the picture and you would think, that why is this 12-year-old in there? He doesn't disparage and then proceeds to disparage Trump again and again and again. Yeah, Max guessing that Donald Trump is what's called subhuman. So in that case, anything goes, right, Mr. Tim? That's right. That's so right. But these people are not the only ones. These people are not the only ones. Listen to this sycophant.
You can thank Donald Trump and Elon Musk for that. You know, I've been going all over South Carolina like most people. I hadn't slept much. But look what's going on in Israel. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people that want to kill them, destroy them, a second Holocaust in the making. And Biden says, be proportional. What is the proportional response to people?
So you saw what he just did, right? Oh, I've been going all over South Carolina and what? But you want to talk about Israel? What kind of sicko are you? What kind of sicko are you? Huh. It's crazy, huh? It's crazy that you're not hearing about that. But hey, you know what? Why don't we hear what you know, because if everybody wants to talk about famous actors and crap like that, why don't we look what this guy has to say? Oh my gosh,
He's just such a different character than anyone that's ever been a president of the United States. I think this is what this vote means, is that the country is dissatisfied with the way that Washington has worked for the last couple of decades. You know, they're lazy and they're about inhibiting the other side. They're not about working together at all. And it's sort of become such a national disgrace, a quiet national disgrace. He's just such a different character than anyone that's ever been a president of the United States, I think.
Wild, huh? Shizzy, if you shaved off that beard, dyed your hair, you would still look like a baby. Yes, I know. If I shaved my head, I would definitely look like a baby. It would just be all shiny. Man, my head does look all shiny. Probably because I'm sweating down here. You guys are making me all hot and steamy. Apparently, supposedly they're two. Oh, I thought you were going to say bag it. Handwriting experts. Okay. No, they're the same one. But we'll, you know, here's what we'll do. You were a tunnel rat. Ooh, man. I will tell you, I had a guy, and you're talking about tunnel rats. I had a guy that was, he served in Vietnam. He was Vietnamese, believe it or not. And he was a tunnel rat, and that's what he did. And yeah, he came back with some pretty big issues. And what is it, about 10 years ago, I heard of his passing. He was a really good mechanic, and really one of the nicest people you could possibly meet. So, you know, kudos to you and your service, because that is not a fun place to be. Cackles knows nothing about how finances work, or pretty much anything for that matter. No, she only knows what she's told. That's it. And that's the same way Trump is. I mean, as far as like certain things, Trump will only repeat things that people tell him. That's why I will agree that, you know, the paying attention to what people are saying around you can be really detrimental to your campaign. especially if you get somebody that's a little weird. I've not watched 1 second of your videos. Why not? Why haven't you watched any, Zach? Shizzy Whip. Max knows where you can get a bonfire Johnson baby. Lots of it. Damn it. Damn it, Max. This is going to be about 6 minutes of something that needs to be shown. This is a gold star mom, and so whenever we start doing this to our citizens, this is going to be interesting to see how this all works out. So pay close attention. This is a little bit long, but it's well worth listening to. Just keep this in mind next time that you have a disagreement with your government.
You have no qualms with violating the court's orders because you're innocent, because you didn't do anything wrong. You were just doing your job. You have no problem trying to kick an officer. Your explanation about what happened is preposterous. It's on video. You have no problem lying to officers. It's happened multiple times. They're recorded conversations. It's just more lies. No objective person believes them. No, at the end of the day, you cared about the jets, the podcasts, and the people fawning over you. You abdicated your position as a servant to the Constitution, and you chose you over all else. Yes, you are a charlatan, and you cannot help but lie as easy it is for you to breathe. You betrayed your oath for no one other than you. And this is what makes Miss Peters such a danger to our community. It's the position she held that has provided her the pulpit from which she can preach these lies. The undermining of our democratic process, the undermining of the belief and confidence in our election systems. It's not about questioning it. No one says you can't question, you can't ask. It's completely different. And if you don't understand that distinction, then there's nothing I can say or do here today that will change your mind. So the damage that is caused and continue to be caused is just as bad, if not worse, than the physical violence that this court sees on an all too regular basis. And it's particularly damaging when those words come from someone who holds a position of influence like you. Every effort to undermine the integrity of our elections and public's trust in our institutions has been made by you. You've done it from that lectern the voting public provided you with. Everything you've done has been done to retain control, influence. The damage is immeasurable. And every time it gets refuted, every time it's shown to be false, just another tale is weaved. So I'll begin by saying I've considered all of those purposes of staying of an execution of a sentence. I've mentioned all of them here generally in my comments already, and I find that a stay of any sentence I impose would be wholly unwarranted. All cases have a possibility of reversal on appeal, no doubt. I'm at peace.
And that really, just keep in mind that this can happen to any one of us, any one of you, anytime, anywhere. What's she accused of doing? Oh, you'll find out. It's coming.
With all the decisions I've made here. If anything, I gave you and your counsel far too much leeway at times, but the rulings I made came after much consideration, incredible amounts of internal debate, and I trust in accordance with the applicable law. I consider the sentence here, in this case, what are available to me. Probation. Community corrections wasn't requested, but it wouldn't be an option in any event, and an incarcerative sentence to the Department of Corrections. Probation's focus is rehabilitation. That is for folks who have minimal criminal histories, low LSI scores like you, Ms. Peters, but where punishment isn't really on the table. It's about putting someone back in the community who's not at risk and giving them a chance to correct those things that brought them before me in the first place. Community corrections, which again isn't available, but nevertheless I'll mention, is another option that I could still order. It's much more stringent than probation, but it's not prison. And it's for folks who have even higher needs. Again, drug addicts, alcohol abusers, and the like. And prison is for those folks where we send people who are a danger to all of us. Whether it be by the pen or the sword or the word of the mouth. Prison is where folks go, where punishment is what we're focused on, because the crime committed is so significant that anything less would unduly mitigate the seriousness of the same. I mentioned before there are no mental health concerns. There's no good reason why you're here, Ms. Peters, other than these are all the active decisions that you made that cost our county significantly, but also more importantly, cost you greatly, Mr. Wood, all the members of the county who worked and trusted you when you asked them to do things that they did on your behalf. It's part of your lies. The expense, the toll is immeasurable. So putting you on probation when you have zero needs that would be met by probation is the very definition of unduly depreciating the significance of what it is that you've done here, the harm that you've caused our community and continue to cause. Community corrections is the same. So prison is the only place that duly meets the purposes of sentencing in this matter. And therefore the sentence and judgment of the court is as follows. As to counts 1 and 4, the judgment and sentence of the court is 3.5 years in the Department of Corrections. Those sentences will be concurrent to each other. As to count 2, the judgment and sentence of the court is 3.5 years consecutive to counts 1 and 4. As it relates to the misdemeanor charges, count 8 is 120 days in the Mesa County Detention Facility, concurrent to count 9 and 10, which will be 6 months in the Mesa County Detention Facility, consecutive to the prison sentence. The reason those sentences are consecutive is because those sentences are, as the prosecution stated, directly related to what it is that you did here in our community, the damage you caused this community, the breach of your oath to the electorate in Mesa County. Your sentence will be followed by 3 years of parole. You have 2 days of pre-sentence confinement credit. Anything I missed? Anything else we need to address?
Judge, I think you missed a sentencing on count 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Count 6 is criminal impersonation. That's also consecutive. That's 15 months to the Department of Corrections.
And the
so it's 8.5 years total, plus the 6 months for a total of 9 years of incarceration.
Yeah. Let that be a reminder to you. You know what it was? You know what it was that she did? Yeah, you want to find out exactly what it was that she did? She was a whistleblower. She was a whistleblower. She pulled the ballots and was calling out what she found to be inconsistencies. That's what she was accused of. That's what she did. And continued to spread that information around, or disinformation, as some people like to say. That's what it looks like. It's scary. That's how our government treats people. That is a very, very scary thought. Very scary thought that that's the kind of things that happen in this political climate. And what happens on November 6th, what is going to be the outcome of that? What will be the outcome of that? We've got an election that's coming up. Is it that people are going to pay attention? Are they going to be good? They're going to be bad? Hell, I don't know. I don't know the outcome of this. I do know this, though.
During church, after church.
Okay. I've been holding off on showing this. Oh, morning, Sir Frank Otter. Miss Keister, Miss Lily Lou, Mr. Drexy. Yeah. I did find some very important stuff. So just so you know, this might be considered very disturbing, but pay close attention.
Victim's body was found this morning, just like all the rest. Perfectly preserved, buried 6 feet underground. An engraved stone marking its location. Sir, you might want to come look at this.
Jesus Christ.
Next week on Cops Who Are Confused About Cemeteries.
I need all these bodies dug up immediately.
Sir, some of these victims are over 200 years old. You telling me this son of a bitch is immortal?
Victim's body was found this morning.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't resist. I had it. Shut it. Oh man. Yes. There's some things that just put a smile on my face, and that's one of them. That's one of them. Because we need a little bit of joy. We need a little bit of happiness. Nothing like some joy and happiness in the world. Yeah. And speaking of joy and happiness, let me see if I can find it here, because that reminded me of something that I saw and I played it the other day. What I need to do is just get this added in here as a permanent piece. If I can find it, it should be permanently added into this, because it's something that makes me put a smile on my face every time that I see it. And let me see if I can find it, because I'm a slacker. I've been scrolling through this trying to find this one particular thing that just it was Frank that made me think of it, show how beautiful it is. How beautiful it is. And I just have to show it, because it just makes me happy, an insane amount of happy. Let's see. Where is it? See, I have to scroll down through, because I've got a bunch of stuff in here that I don't know, my bookmarks list is absolutely insane, the amount of bookmarks that I have, because I like showing these kinds of things to you fine folks. Well, this is one of them right here. This is pretty awesome. Oh, it just makes me, that just puts a smile on my face every time I see it. I'm just like, okay. Let's see if I almost got it here. Almost got it. It's way back in my timeline, way back in my timeline. And this guy right here, made me think of it, Frank, Uncle Frank. This makes me think of you, Uncle Frank, right here.
Y'all ever see those videos in New York City in like 1912 and everyone's bustling, hurrying around on the street? And I think, God damn, they were stressed back then too, man. And now look, they're all gone. And I know that's depressing to think about, but it reminds me of a quote from, I think Anne Lorette said it. I heard Pete Holmes say it. Every 100 years, there's all new people, baby. Every 100 years, all new people. The people we're on Earth with right now, this is our crew, okay? In the same way you can't pick your family, but you got to get along with them. We can't pick the people we're on Earth with, but we got to get along, man. In the whole grand scheme of the universe, all the time, all the space, the people on Earth right now, this is a tiny little group, man, and we get to be a part of it, man. I'm in the grocery store, I see a fella, I think, God damn, I'm on Earth at the same time as that guy, man. I see a cool lady, I think, man, we're alive at the same time. Man, that is freaking sick, man. Be kind to your neighbor, man. This is what it's all about. I'm glad I'm on Earth at the same time as y'all. Thank y'all. Keep on rocking.
That reminds me of Frank. Uncle Frank, that reminds me of you. Can you play that again? I will wake up Yoda from his sawmill. He's running in his sleep. He was eating meadow mushrooms. No. That right there is, that reminds me of Uncle Frank right there. That's exactly who that reminds me of. Yeah. I just enjoy that kind of humor, that kind of joy. But what is this? No, we can't show that. But I will show something. Now, this guy right here is an actual musician. And he is this is his own material. And although his political beliefs are different, his music is glorious for all ages. You will love this just as much as I do.
I tried, and I tried even more. I cried, and I can't recall what for. I pressed, I pushed, I yelled and begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks have runneth dry. I tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give, the more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. I strive to get everything done. I play by all the rules, but I very rarely won. I've smiled, I've charmed, I would have laughed, alas to no avail. I'd run round like a moron to unequivocally fail. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck fuse has just blown. I've been hunting for my fucks all day, but they've upped and fucked off home. I've no more fucks to give, my fuck rations are depleted. I've rallied my fuck army, but it's been fucking defeated. The effort has just not been worth the time or the expense. I've exhausted all my energy for minimal recompense. The complete length of acknowledgement has now begun to go, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck. I've no more fucks to give, my fucks are blown away. My fucks are now so fucked off they refuse to fucking stay.
And yes, that is a link to his website. He has a YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. I would suggest go check him out. Give him a thumbs up. Show him some love. Make this man, I mean, he's got over 230 4,000 subs. That guy is absolutely wonderful. And he's just fun. And even though you might not agree with his politics, it doesn't matter, because that's a pretty good fucking song. Oh, yes. You're on the back porch. I'm sure my neighbors are like, what the fuck right now? Yes. I love it. That's all we want. That's all we want. We want smiles. We want happiness. And speaking of smiles and happiness, you know, it is time for me to go and hopefully my day ends up much better than other people's. I hope it ends up good. Everybody have a wonderful one, and I will see you. I'll see you guys tonight. We'll figure this out. So peace, y'all.
Bless your heart. I thought I was the only mentally challenged one here.
Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Early morning, rise and shine. Coffee's brewing, feeling fine. News is out and on the air. Shizzy Whiz nuts wild, but we don't care. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz nuts, start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java with a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Headlines spinning in the breeze. Stupid jokes, he's such a tease. Sip the Java, wear a smile. Pants are off, but stay a while. Morning Whiz and Coffee. Talk the news, he's a tease. Laugh it off, we're on the go. Shizzy Whiz, let's start the show. Let's go. Get it, yeah, oh yeah. Serious is overrated. Every day we're caffeinated. Talk the town, but in a jest. Morning Whiz is always best. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop. Clock is ticking, time to run. Morning show's a load of fun. Grab your mug, don't spill a drop. Laugh your ass off till you pop.
Oh my god, Shizzy breaks
No
Larry.
way.
Shizzy broke Larry.